Have AC chargers become redundant with the introduction of DC chargers? Let's find out. So recently, Sigenergy brought out a 25 kilowatt DC charger, which I think is the fastest home charger available in Australia. Now you might be thinking that there's a 22 kilowatt AC charger available from Tesla, say, and that's quite similar. But in this video, I'm going to explain why that isn't the case. Hi, I'm Mick Springer from Springer Solar, and today we're going to talk about AC and DC chargers and their differences. So an AC charger provides power to the onboard AC charger in your vehicle. So this is the first limitation of an AC charger. You see, if you've got a 22 kilowatt one that you've installed at home and your onboard charger is only say 11, which is the majority of your EVs in Australia, then automatically you'll drop down to 11 as a maximum charge you can get into that car. There are some vehicles that do have a 22 kilowatt onboard charger. That's some of your luxury brands like Porsche, and also some of the Teslas from a few years ago, which are no longer available in Australia. Anyway, that's the Model S and the Model X. But your BYD Atto, for example, only has a 7 kilowatt onboard charger. So you're restricted by that charger in your car as to what you can get out of that charger that you've just installed. Further to that, you're only going to get the full charge out of the charger if you've got 3-phase at home. If you've got single phase, you'll only get 7 kilowatts. And then if you're on single phase, some energy retailers will actually put you on a dynamic charge. What that can do is if the grid is in, say, a lot of pressure, or there's a time that they need to ramp back the amount of energy use, the energy retailer is then able to reduce the power that your EV charger can take. So at times they're able to drop that down to 1.5 kilowatts of charge, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're down to 1.5 for that time where the grid is unstable, and then it'll jump back up to 7 when it's okay again. So let's pop downstairs to show you a demonstration of a Model Y that's currently being charged on 3-phase power. All right, so we've just plugged into this Model Y with that 22 kilowatt charger, and you can see here that we're charging at 11 kilowatts. Now, some people actually always talk to me about the amperage. So you can see here 16 amps, and I've had some people say, why is it only doing 16 amps? It's not charging at the full capacity. I've got this 22 kilowatt charger, it's only doing 11. But if you look here, you can see that 3. So it's actually 16 amps times 3 is the charge that we're getting into this vehicle. So we're getting that 11 kilowatts that we spoke about because we're 3-phase. Okay, so here we are now with the DC charger that I was talking about. It's a Sigenergy system. It's a modular design. So you've actually got the 8 kilowatt hour batteries on the bottom here. So we've got 2 in this stack, 16 kilowatt hours. We've got the Sigenergy hybrid inverter at the top. So that takes in the solar and also charges the batteries. And then the star of the show, the 25 kilowatt charger, is this unit here. It also comes in a 12.5 kilowatt hour variant, but we're talking about the 25 kilowatt today. Now, a DC charger works by bypassing the AC charger we were talking about, the onboard one in the vehicle. It's going DC from this direct to the battery and charging it the full 25 kilowatts. So if you were considering whether you were going to get an AC or a DC charger, the reasons you might still do the AC is it's a little bit less expensive. However, it's a much slower charge. But if you want to go the fastest possible option, then you want to get a DC charger. Sigenergy is a brand that does it really well. Springer Solar, we sell these also. So part of the reason why you might want to get fast charging that we've discussed today is because there are a lot of new novel ways of getting energy from your retailer. Some, like OVO or any EV plan, now have time of use where you can get either really cheap or in some cases even free power. So for instance, OVO does between 11 and 2, there's 0-cent power. So during that time, you don't want to get an AC charger that's going to plug in and give you a really slow trickle charge in. You want to get the fastest charge into your car during that time to take full advantage of that cheap power. Now, no affiliation with OVO, there's plenty out there, do your research. But an EV plan, when you've got an EV and you've got a fast charger, I think is important. Hope you got something out of this video today. Like, subscribe, drop a comment below. That would be great. Thanks very much.